So, Jake, you're the first one to go. Would you like to tell us a bit about the Transformational Travel Council and the vision behind the organization?
Yeah, happy to, Vika. First, I just want to say thanks to everybody for showing up, for being part of this today. It means a lot. I know we're all probably pretty busy and our lives are as chaotic as ever. If that's not you, then good on you. I applaud that. I'm trying to find a little bit more balance in my life, but anyway, it means a lot that you chose to spend some time with us today. I also want to just express my sincere gratitude to the YouLi team, to Jen and to Vika, and all the amazing people that I know that support you guys over there. Couldn't be more grateful for the partnership and this platform that we're launching. It's so exciting and a long time coming. My goodness, it's really changing the face of the TTC. It is bringing forth an opportunity for our community to connect and reach the market like they never have before. And of course, I'd be totally remiss if I didn't mention Ari, who's on our TTC team, who has guided this project from our side. And I haven't seen much of Ari lately because she's been putting a lot of hours in on this project, and I know that's a lot of hard work. And yeah, thank you so much for your contributions to this. It's nice to see it finally coming to life. I can't believe it. Anyway, Vika, you asked me to share a little bit about the TTC. I hope that most people have a good idea of who we are. Our vision, you asked of what our vision is. It is a world transformed by travel. I think we can all relate and connect with that, especially coming off the pandemic, where, us as individuals and our communities and our societies are just ripe for transformation, ripe for positive change. Our mission is to catalyze travel for personal and social transformation. How do we do that? We do that by providing transformative education in a thriving community, that's you guys, that fosters inner work, outer action, and ultimately positive change. The TTC has been around for quite a while now. I think it was back in 2016 when we first got started, when I along with some colleagues, gave a presentation on the power of transformational travel to some folks at the Adventure Travel World Summit in Anchorage, Alaska. Things just seem to, that ripple has seemed to have turned into a wave. And now, all these years later, it just feels like we've been riding this wave, just continues to get bigger and bigger and trying not to fall off. And as Ari and others can attest, we've certainly had a little bit of the shakes and the wiggles here and there, as we've tried to find our way and keep moving. So I want to say thanks to all of the allies and partners that have stood with us through the pandemic. It's been hard on tourism. It's been hard on many, and we certainly weren't immune to that. But we did try to keep, everyone as connected as we possibly could during that time. So thank you for that. Ultimately, the TTC is about sharing and collaborating and connecting, right? And harnessing, cultivating, this knowledge that we all have and our experiences that we have with travel and that, that have transformed us in some way, and harnessing that wisdom and creating tools and practices and frameworks, for our community and for travelers beyond. And now I'll transition to, I think, to what Tanner was meant to introduce. And that was just a little bit more specifics about the Ally program in itself. So, as I mentioned, we wanted to create a space, for collaboration. We talk about, we envision how we want everyone to engage, and that is to connect and engage and transform. And do that together and harmonize together. And so we have got different ways of doing that online. We also do that in person, which I know we're all really excited about. And we're going to be at Transcend in October in Slovenia, which I hope to see many of you there. But our Ally program is about a few key things: the networking, first and foremost, right? We're trying to create this living system, this ecosystem around the world that speaks the same language and coming from the same heart center, that is bringing a higher integrity to their work, understands the impact that it can have on the lives of, our lives and the lives of others. And how that can shift behaviors and get more people aligned with their values and making different choices in their lives that impact us all. So we do that by ultimately through that networking that we do within this community and building the business to business relationships. Another way that we do that is through market visibility. So that's one great thing that this platform is going to allow us to do is showcase who we are, which we can tell our stories, we can tell our why, we can showcase some of the experiences and the trips and a little bit about our approach and our philosophy through this platform, which we're really excited about. Another way is to engage with our media heralds. For those that don't know, we've got a collection of 20 journalists that have also decided to join the TTC and believe in transformation through travel. So we'll, over this next year, open up more opportunities to engage with our media heralds beyond the event Transcend. And then, of course, it's the knowledge sharing, and hopefully the opportunity to expand some of your knowledge, with the genius and the guru that Tanner is. Through the transformation design course that he created and has been facilitating for the last 3 years now. Some of you guys have participated in that. We're introducing new programs and new products related to the education that we are cooperatively creating. And then another key benefit to the Ally program is exclusive invitations, opportunities to connect online through this platform. We're going to be opening up new opportunities next year to come together and retreat-like settings, and asking the graduates of our transformation design program to orchestrate and design sort of masterminds and action tank retreats. And then finally, early access to some of these events as well. So those people that do adopt our program will have early access and discounts to these events, as we hope to really attract and welcome in other individuals like yourselves to this community as we continue to try to scale the positive impact. So that's our Ally program. That's what we're trying to showcase with this partnership with YouLi. Couldn't be more excited and proud about that. So with that, I will kick it over to Ari. I think you're up next, and say just thanks again for being here.
Thanks, Jake. So what we're doing with the platform is we're really making it a lot easier. There were 3 big goals that we had. And one is we wanted to make it easier to network with everyone globally. So not only so that you can know about what each other's businesses are, but what your interests are, and like being able to easily go, okay, that person is building the sort of things that I want to send my clients to after they have done this, or my service might be a great opportunity, or even like, hey, I've got this really cool idea and I would like to run it past a group of people with a similar perspective about how travel operates. So that's this sort of like big piece right there, is making it easier to find those people and start that networking and start that connection happening. Then the next piece was really making it easier for the business level allies to keep their profile up to date. So if you go through a branding rechange, or you want to change your messaging and you want that to roll out quickly, or you want to maybe experiment with, does this work? Does that work? With this platform, you'll have the ability to really play with the way that your business is represented on the TTC website. And if you want to see what those look like today, you can head over to the website where Jen has put together a bunch of the existing business level ally profiles from the information that we have available. And you can see just kind of a taste of like what that looks like today. The last piece was giving you really straightforward management of your allyship level. So as your business grows, being able to increase your level without needing to email everyone, you can just log in and make the adjustments. Or for example, our TDC folks who are coming in at the individual level, when they're ready to launch their business, being able to make that a really easy transition so that they can get their business profile up onto the website, which there's some cool ideas about that Jen is going to talk to you a little bit later. But to do all of this, your feedback is important, right? Because we're building this for you. And so I'm going to transition over to Jen, who's going to talk about the way that we're building and why your feedback is so important in this process.
Thank you so much, Ari. So hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jen Fine. I'm the founder and head of product at YouLi. And we are the best platform for organizing group trips, but we are very much aligned to the Transformational Travel Council goals. And it's one of those things where, you know, I'm a technology person. So that's my background. And I kind of stumbled into travel because I experienced the transformative power of it personally. So I can't do what you guys do. I don't have the power that you guys have, but I have a technology capability. And so I thought the best way that I could kind of help make more transformational travel happen in the world was to empower people like yourselves. So we have sort of connected with the TTC to kind of do what we can to make technology power transformational travel, recognizing that sometimes technology can get in the way. And so, you know, it's sort of being very mindful about making sure that technology is actually doing what it's supposed to do. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you a slightly technical image to kind of help you understand the way in which we are developing this platform in coordination with the TTC. And it's called the Agile software development model. So for those of you who have ever encountered this before, hopefully this is very familiar. And we love a good visual. So the thing with software development is you can do it the old-fashioned way, which is just like plan it all out and then ship it and then it's done. But we are doing something that's done in what's called sprints. So we've done our first sprint. And actually we've done a couple of little sprints for the TTC. So I'm just going to try to take this visual and turn it into some concrete examples. In the first sprint, we delivered what Ari mentioned, which was the ability for you guys to purchase your new Allyships. And so this interface that many of you have seen allows you to pick the right level for your company. And then in the next sprint that we did, we delivered this integration onto the Transformational Travel website. And this allows those of you who have purchased the business level Allyship to actually see your brand come to life on the TTC website. And so this is that second sprint, just kind of going back to that model. And now the third sprint is actually going to be allowing you to edit that profile directly yourselves. So right now we've been focused on those of you who have already purchased your business membership, and I've been helping you get those loaded up. And then the next round is letting you edit it yourself, and on and on. So the Agile model is sort of a continuous model because we know it's a conversation, and it's about making sure that we get the stuff that matters to you out first. And then we get your feedback, and then we build more. And then we get your feedback and we build more. And we are sort of constantly balancing between what we can get done in that sprint and what you guys feel is the most important for the community. And so as part of that, what we're looking for from you is to make sure that as we go through this process, you're giving us that feedback that we need to make sure that we're on the right track, so that we are prioritizing the things that are most important to the community. So that's just a quick rundown of like the concept of Agile. And so if you do hear us kind of talking about, oh yeah, that's coming in a future sprint, or you know, that's sort of coming up and we're working an Agile model, now you know what that means. All right, and then sorry, Zoom has gotten in my way.
Oh no.
All right, so just jumping back into what we've delivered already, I wanted to kind of dig in a little bit more to what is live right now. So if you have a business membership right now, you can see your business profile listed on the Transformational Travel website. And this is powered by the community platform that YouLi has built out. So you'll be able to see the experiences that each business provides, the destinations that they take trips to, embedded videos if you have them, and a summary here, and then linking into any kind of upcoming trips if you have that set up. So these profiles are the public ones. And so these profiles are the public profiles, and these are only available to the business level members. The next step that we're going towards is the ability to actually edit. And I'm just going to show you what that's going to look like. So again, this is part of that agile process, showing you we have these designs ready. And so once we get these built, this is what you'll be able to have access to. So this is looking at what it's going to look like when you log into your community account and your allyship account. It's going to tell you whether or not your business profile is published or not. And you're going to be able to click on the check profile button, and it's going to tell you what you have to finish. So there's going to be a bunch of things that you'll want to fill out to make sure that your profile is complete. And then once you have completed all those things, including, very importantly for the TTC, what I'm asking from the community and what I'm offering to the community. So these two fields are things that you will have to complete in order to finish the publication of your profile, but it will only be shown within the community. So you won't see that on your public one. You'll only see it within the profile that is seen by the rest of the allies. And so don't worry, you're not offering this to the internet. You're just offering this to the TTC. Now, this is probably going to be one of the hardest concepts as we kind of roll this out that we want to make sure is 100% clear. You get two profiles if you're a business ally. You get the one that's on the public website on TTC, and you get the one that everyone in the allyship program can see, and that's your sort of community profile. And so just to help you understand the difference between those, sorry, let me just finish this through. So once you,
Quick clarification, but you edit both from this interface. So you're not going to go to two different places to edit.
Yeah, thank you very much. And so that's actually a really important distinction here. And so these two profiles exist, but they are managed in the one place. And so we are going to tell you here, if your profile is ready to publish, it's going to say your business profile is ready, and it will tell you if it's going onto the community and or the website. So if you have the business level, it's going to tell you it's going to be public as well. If you're just an individual level at this stage, it's only going to publish to the allies community. So we will tell you where your profile is going to publish, but you only have to click the publish button once. Yay, magic. And then it's going to look like this. So these are the profiles. Here's an example of Working Without Borders once that is published. And just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like on the community side, very, very similar to what you just saw. In fact, it is the same thing, except with more information. So the public version is sort of a pared down version of the private one. And the private one will have your contact details. It'll have your badges and some other information like what you're offering and what you're asking. So I'm going to let Ari talk a bit about badges.
So a lot of you may be familiar with the TTC badges today. These are folks that are like our ambassadors, advisors, like Jake was talking about earlier, the heralds. So ultimately, and one other that you're probably all very aware of, which is the designers, our transformers who have gone through the transformational design course. So depending on what your role is within the TTC, if you've completed that course or if you are where you're at, you may see one of those badges showing up here. And down the road, we're hoping to have that be an automated piece, but we have lots of ideas. And again, circling back to the idea of the contact form or the feedback form, the more you can let us know what works for you, what you're interested in, all of that, the better we can aim toward what you need. So that's kind of what the badges are. You see another two over there. And as we get closer to working on that piece of the functionality, I think we're going to spend a little bit more time talking about what that what that is and what that looks like in a sort of broader scale. But for now, badges are a way to identify folks who are serving or have attained some sort of completed a course or something like that within the TTC.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the key thing here is recognizing the difference between the community version, where you're going to see your badges and what you're asking and offering. And this is where that connect button is going to allow you to make that connection. Although, of course, there's also going to be direction to connect with them where they are. So one important thing to note about this platform, we're not building yet another inbox or yet another chat thing for you to keep track of. We are not trying to capture you. We are not Facebook. We are trying to allow you to connect with other real humans, however that makes sense to you, because because you don't need another bubble on your phone, basically. So, so I do want to make sure that that's really clear. But that's also going to be why it's important when you are editing your profile that you specify your preferred contact methods so that people know how to reach you. Since it's not going to be through our platform, it's just that the Allyship Community Platform is going to make it possible for people to know what your preferred contact channel is. And just another quick one in terms of, sort of agile stuff. Another design that we've got is the search functionality is coming. So that is a design, and that is in one of the upcoming sprints. So, so those are the kinds of things. If you don't see it in the platform and you're really, keen for it, please tell us, what that is that either isn't there and you wish was there, or is there and you wish was different. We will do our best to kind of process all that feedback and feed it into the process and continuously improve the platform based on your feedback. So from there, I think the only other thing I wanted to touch on is something that you may have seen. Actually, I might just jump into Working Without Borders as the example here. So some of the profiles, oh, sorry.
Before we jump into that, did you want to highlight the idea we had for being able to, when you're coming from an individual level to the business level, you can prepare, so being able to use your community profile to say like, okay, I think this might reach my audience, or this might really underscore the value of what we're offering here, and then getting that feedback from the community before you turn it into a business profile that lands on the website. Sorry,
yeah, so no, that's thank you for jumping back to that. So if you're an individual level ally, you will have a user profile that you will be able to publish onto the community, and you'll be able to sort of see that under your user profile. And then you will also be able to edit your business profile because we're assuming that even though you're an individual, you may be aspiring to kind of move into that business level. And so this is where you'll be able to complete all this information. So even though you cannot yet publish that to the actual TTC website as a public page, you will be able to publish this and have it appear inside the community. So this view that I'm showing you here that's coming, this is the community version of the business profile. And if you're an individual, you can publish this within the community, and then that is where people can kind of take a look at it and say, yeah, this is great, or oh, maybe a better photo, or I don't understand your summary, things like that. So you can perfect it within the community, within a safe space of people who understand what you're trying to achieve, before you're ready to then upgrade to business and publish that publicly onto the actual transformational.travel website. All right, so that was a good clarification. Yes. And so just jumping back into here. Yeah, so But on that point, so similarly, if you aren't, if you're just getting started, then you might be going through the transformational design program. And one of the things that you do through that is create a capstone project. And so when you publish that on YouLi and you get that free Explorer account, it will appear here. So if you do choose to make a trip as part of the TTC, or you have already made one, it will automatically appear under upcoming trips, and you can edit that, and you can actually decide whether or not you're taking payments. So in this case, there is, you can actually book through this, or you can actually just have it in sure mode. So we have, if you're using it on the free level, you can simply just get registrations, and then those are just leads. So you don't have to use the YouLi booking platform if you don't want to, but if you do, then it will just immediately appear here under upcoming trips. And then when they click through from there, if you have the white label domain, like Working Without Borders does, then it will appear as your brand. And then the customer, the traveler, can click through and register their interest from here. Now, the great thing about this is actually going to track to tell you that it came from Transformational Travel. So you will know that people found you through the Transformational Travel Council, and we do that all automatically. Now, as part of this initial program, because we are rolling this out this year, there is no commission on the marketplace from the TTC coming onto your trips. So all of these leads are just bonuses and part of us making sure that you're growing, and you're giving us the feedback to let us know how to make sure that you're getting more of what you need out of the platform. But about a year into this, we're going to be looking at adding on that marketplace sort of booking fee once we demonstrate that we are driving enough travelers to your trip pages. So of course, if you have your own tracking, so we link off to your own website, your analytics will track that it's coming from the TTC as well. So either way, whether you use the YouLi trip pages or you simply direct people off to your website, you'll be able to tell that those leads are coming from Transformational Travel.
One of the pieces that I got so excited about was the fact that this makes it be one step easier to present what you're offering for that market visibility piece. And it's for those folks who are already on YouLi, you don't even have to do anything. It's already set up and connected, right? So I thought that was awesome. Good job, Jen. And I should say.
Well, and good job to you guys. It takes a lot of work to put these things together, right? And so here's an example. Raj put this together as part of his TTC program back in 2020, right? And so now there's an opportunity for him to come in and modify that to update it as travel relaunches. So hopefully this is something that really makes your lives easier in conveying what it is that is included in the products that you're offering. And and our hope with all of this, as Ari was saying, is that you'll be able to share with the community what you're sort of aspiring to be. And then once you're ready with all of your itineraries and your profiles and everything, then you can upgrade to business, and then you can go live onto the Transformational Travel website. So I think I've talked enough, so I might stop and ask for some questions. Ooh, I've stunned them into silence.
You know, so quiet.
You did such a good job. There are no more open questions. Yeah, that was just perfect. You guided us already practically through the exercise. Well, I think it might arise when you are in there, that something won't work. But first, we think we understood. I think it was just lovely that you play around with. I think it's congrats to Jake. That they kind of came up with this idea to really make it easier to connect in this global world with so many wonderful people, and Ari for leading it to make it happen. So I feel that this is another step. And sometimes because of time zones, you can't participate in certain regions meetings. So I just congratulate you on that. If I need somebody in Australia makes it hard, but there I can find them, can chat, can establish contact. So that's good. Love it.
Thank you, Lars.
And a question
Yeah, Lisa.
here. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Hi, I'm just wondering if you could talk to a little bit more about the community. And I'm just at the very beginning. I'm a transformational coach and I've got all the transformational skills, but I would love to apply it to travel. And I'd love to know how other people are applying that to travel. And so can you speak more to what that venue is like? How is it just a matter of connecting with specific people, or is there another gathering point where you get together?
I'll let Jake take that one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Ari, if you want to take it.
No, go for it, Jake.
Yeah. So if I'm understanding your question correctly, yeah. So this is a community that is bonded through values and philosophy, and believe in the power of travel to change lives. Now, going deeper than that, and I think that's what you're getting at, was we have done extensive research and just cultivating of knowledge and wisdom from within the community to create different courses and classes, trainings and workshops that get into how, right? Transformative process to experience design, to your customer journey, to how you might follow up with a customer or a guest. And so we continue to nurture the development of that and create space for people to contribute to the development of this curriculum. And it takes different shapes, and comes in different shapes and sizes. So we've got like a 14-week transformation design course, which is our flagship course, which is about 5 hours a week. And so Tanner will go sort of do a deep dive in terms of how all of this is applied in a tangible and practical way to how we travel or how we design and facilitate travel. And so this community, it has all sorts of different applications. We've got hoteliers, we've got destinations, we've got life coaches, we've got retreat facilitators, we've got travel agents, tour operators, both inbound and outbound. And then we've also got business services that, those businesses that, whether it be marketing or accounting, that are interested in supporting our community. And then, of course, the opportunity to get engaged in person. So we did that before the pandemic, and we've got the next opportunity to do that. And as I mentioned, in Slovenia in October, where we're going to be coming together again around the idea of masterminding and action tanking ways that we can, help ultimately travelers and hosts cultivate more meaning, more connection, and more purpose in their experiences.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I've just popped the link in for the Transcend event into the chat. So if you're looking for a way to connect in person, that's a great one.
Yeah, on that.
All right, Andrew.
Just say for those that have come here, our early riser discount, early bird discount for Transcend expired on June 1st. But if you are interested in coming and want to save $525 on your Transcend registration, the discount code is special guest 22. So go ahead if you're interested. You can still get that early bird discount by entering that discount code into your Transcend registration.
The benefits of jumping on the webinar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm just trying to place where the different platforms are. If somebody heard about TTC and wanted to find info about it, they put in the URL of ttc.travel or whatever it is, and they'd see the profiles of the founders and the mission and vision and all of that stuff. That's sort of like the public organizational page. This marketplace really is the Allies, right? And it sounded like it's for us to see if we have like-minded or business opportunities with each other and to network. as well as if I'm hosted by Robert, Robert could, if I'm on his page, he could also be, you know, click here to make your reservation on our next whatever that he sells. And a member of the public could be looking at that site and using it as a booking engine, even though it's really for us to use as allies to network, or am I confused? So far, so good?
That's a great question. Yeah, go ahead, Ari.
So there's, I think the distinction is, yeah, they can go to the website and they would be able to access the public version of that marketplace, right? So they would see that first profile that we just saw by going to the website. If you go there today and you click, you hover over Allyship and then you click on Our Allies, then you can see all the business level profiles. Then there, like you talked about, there is that separate place where we have more detail and it's really focused around the opportunity for, say, you and Robert to connect, or you and Lars to connect, or you and Lisa to connect, right? Yeah.
Okay, so there's not like a public YouLi booking site where the allies will be there and so will 500 other travel people offering their wares. Right.
No, so that, just to clarify, so YouLi is not a marketplace.
Gotcha.
We are a booking, a sort of a private white label booking platform. So if you do choose to publish your trips on the YouLi platform and take payments, you're the one who's driving traffic to those booking pages. However, if you are a business level ally with the TTC, then the Transformational Travel Council website will be directing traffic to those pages. And so in that sense, it is a bit of a marketplace for the ally trips. And you know, that is something that will also evolve as we continue this process. So at the moment, not everyone has those trips published. And so we didn't feel it was appropriate to sort of lead with that because, you know, the allies haven't been given a chance to kind of put their best content forward for that. And so we've led with the business profiles. And for those of you who want to publish trips and you want to take bookings, that's a really easy thing to do using the YouLi booking platform. And you get a free Explorer account to do that. So, and if you want to learn more about the sort of YouLi plans, you're welcome to engage with us on that. But the other thing I just wanted to clarify also, and I've put these links in the chat so you can kind of reference those, that there is the Transformational Travel website, which is about the courses and about the vision and who's behind the TTC. Within that website, there is the directory, the public directory of allies, which we are powering. So that's our tech, but that's, you know, it's all about you guys. And then if people then click through from there onto the trips, those are YouLi trip pages. Those are yours. Like, so those are not belonging to the TTC. If you choose as a business to publish your trip pages using the YouLi platform, then that's your branding, your content, your leads, everything. And whether or not that's got the YouLi domain on it, or if it has your domain on it, depends on what level of subscription you have with YouLi. And then coming soon is a sort of an integration of those two pieces, which is that you will log in and be able to manage your business profile for the TTC community and be able to manage your trip pages on the YouLi platform if you choose to use that in one place. And so that'll be the one platform. And so look to get a login to that in the next month so that you are able to understand that a little bit more. And I showed you the demonstration today of like how you would click to publish. So part of the reason that you haven't seen that yet is because it's still in design and currently in development, but coming soon as part of our sprint number 3.
Thank you. So then if I tell a buddy, sorry.
Go ahead.
If I tell a buddy, hey, I'm an ally in this thing, I think you want to be as well, check out their website. It would look to him like he's in one website, and when he sees who the other allies are, because he's curious to know, you know, who would I be joining here? What kind of businesses are in this already? He's really transferring into your territory, but to him, it just looks like another page on the TTC website, correct?
Yeah. So let's see if you're, Andrew, do you have a profile already published?
I filled it out yesterday, so I don't know if
Okay,
it's
sorry, then it hasn't gone live yet, but let's take a look at, let's say Adventure Boutique. So if your friend is like, oh, I really like Raj's profile, and he clicks in from here, so he'll be able to see information and be able to click through and connect with Adventure Boutique from here and view any trips that they currently have published. If your
Okay.
friend then clicks to here, they're interacting now kind of as a traveler who might be interested in booking onto a trip. But then what we're building next is to log in to connect. So this is the coming soon piece, is that if you want to connect as a business, then you're going to click there and it's going to prompt you to log into the new platform that we're rolling out next month.
Great. Now I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll jump in really quickly and just mention that ultimately as we build out this community, the best thing that we can do is drive awareness and traffic to our allies, right? We want to raise awareness in the market, give them the tools to be able to travel to transform. So as we go forward over the next couple of years, there's going to be some really strong B2C marketing strategies and partnerships put in place to draw awareness to the allies. As an example, we're working with a wealth management firm that has thousands of members worldwide right now. And we're doing a training, on how to travel or how to plan a trip of a lifetime. We don't operate trips. The TTC does not operate trips. So those individuals that come to that virtual workshop, they would go to the Ally directory and search for different experiences. So that's something that's happened behind the scenes now. But as we go forward, we're going to be doing more of those, trying to bring more of those efforts into our strategy and bring those benefits directly to our allies in the form of revenue and customers.
Those are such great questions. Thank you very much, Andrew.
What other questions can we help you with?
Oh, this is Robert. I had a bit the same question. I was very interested in the community, basically the TTC has to offer. If you sort of look at all the companies that are out there, I think it feels a little bit like the same, both in terms of purpose, but also in terms of size. I don't see any big companies. It's all driven from the heart. It's relatively small, and that's exactly where I am. So there's a natural need to then say, okay, let's share anywhere from driving traffic to design experiences to the digital side with YouLi. So that I can only speak out where my own need is, if you wish. So indeed, it's great if we have a platform to more easily find each other. But I guess I was also still looking a little bit about what are sort of natural moments where, I don't know, once a month or 3 times a year there's a digital knowledge exchange, and 3 times a year there's a traffic driving exchange, something like, I don't know if that exists, but that's certainly a need I have.
So there is there's some virtual events that happen, and you can find them on the website today. There is Jake was also talking about, and I'll hand it over to you in a second, Jake, about the virtual events that they're looking at building and planning for Transformers and Allies in next year. I'm thinking of like the action tanks and that sort of things. You want to elaborate on that a little more, Jake?
Yeah. So I'll first share that these virtual hubs, there are opportunities to, like, one of my favorite ones is the Conscious Leadership Hub, which is fantastic and typically gets a good turnout. There's a Latin America hub that typically gets a good turnout. There is also a Reporting with Intent hub or lighthouse, where you have the opportunity to engage the media heralds that are part of our community. And so we're going to continue to expand on the virtual side, but we're all like human beings that love human connection. And so next year we're going to be bringing forth some other opportunities for us to engage in different regions, and that'll kind of take the form of some retreat mastermind style events. We're thinking also about, instead of doing one big Transcend event, and breaking it up into like 3 different versions in different places, to make it a little bit more accessible and impactful, and kind of keep the energy and momentum. So more of a road show, if you will. So we're, this is a community, right? And we're looking at this from a perspective of like, we're coming together, so share ideas with us, we're building this together, and if there's a way that you guys think that would be a fantastic way to even get locals, in your region together for a happy hour, that we want to be able to facilitate that, right? So yeah, keep the ideas flowing, share them with us, share them with the community, and we'll try to create every opportunity we can to connect.
Very good.
I have a short one, if there is a silence.
Yeah, please.
It's actually 2 very quick ones. The first one is just for the process at the moment, that you have helped me so much filling in the changes we required, being just 1 year old, there's a lot happening. So I understand there will be a lock-in at some stage that we can update this, and then there will be another lock-in to have this activity to connect to people. Is that correct? Or is it just one lock-in and everything will be under that?
It'll be one login. Yeah.
Okay. So at the moment,
Great
if we want to
question.
change something, we should still reach out to poor little Jen, yeah?
Yeah. So for now, and that gives me the incentive to make sure that I get you that access as soon as possible. But yeah, and those of you who filled out your forms already, and that's something that I'll be working on over the next week to get those profiles published. So that was something that we identified from the community, that the most important first step was to get your public business profiles live. And so that's why we prioritize that piece. And the next step being a login to be able to edit them. And then the next step will be continuing on from there. So, things having to do with connection, things having to do with finding people that match you. We have a lot of great ideas there, but it'll all be in the same platform. So there'll only be one login. And those of you who have gone through the TDC, the Transformational Design course, you actually already have that account. And so we're basically just extending the login that you already have on the YouLi platform, but it will just come under the umbrella of the Allyship program. So you'll actually be able to kind of manage all of that in one place. And so whether you're just using it for the Allyship or you're using it also for your trips, it's up to you, but you only have to log in one place.
Cool, thank you. And another question, which was quickly, because I mean, now that Dake and Ari, you're here, looking at what you're setting this up for, is there anything that you would ask the members to do more? Is there anything that, I'm sure you had a lot of good discussions and input that you listened to your members and said, wow, they want this and that. But is there something that the TTC said, I wish they would do that?
I think one of the things is this bringing the ask and the offer more forward for the community. It's one thing to interact on Facebook where that information isn't readily present and easily available. And it's another thing to be in a community platform where you can see that information more readily. And it's my hope that by seeing those asks and offers with the different community partners that you relate closely with or identify with or connect with really well, that by leveraging either what they're offering or helping them with what they're asking for, we can build that stronger sense of community across the board. And so that's one of the pieces that I was hoping to really see start to expand with the facilitation of the platform itself. How about you, Jake?
Good question. I guess I would say that getting, sharing what you're doing and why you're here, with your community. Like if you've got colleagues or friends or other businesses that you think might be a good fit here. I mean, we all care deeply about creating positive change, in people's lives and our world. And we've accomplished a lot, and I'm super proud of how far we've come in a short period of time. But we're still a very small organization of like 300 allies, and I'd like to see that 1,000, 2,000 allies in over the next couple of years, because that means we're scaling impact. Like we care deeply about this work and the potential that it has to change lives. So putting it on your LinkedIn profile, like engaging the social media posts, inviting friends to join you at Transcend. Like the time to transform is now. And, as a community, it's up to us as individuals to get out there and spread the word and bring more awareness to our approach and philosophy to travel. So that's probably what I would share.
Andrew.
Yeah, just one
Oh,
more.
you're muted. Okay.
Yeah, now I'm okay. You hear me?
No, now we can hear you. Yep.
Thank you. So I was just going to suggest, I saw the other day, I think Mona put out, here's 5 new allies or something. And I didn't think to send an email or welcome to the team, welcome to the group. Do you have any questions, call. I belong to another association where there's like a chat on WhatsApp with like 50 of us, but when the administrator puts in a new person and says, welcome, Robert, everybody says, hey, Robert, good to have you. Just to sort of reinforce that they joined us, make them feel like they joined something. So I haven't done that here, but I think this platform will make it a little easier to do that, just in terms of what we can do, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd also say build the B2B relationships. Like I think you've got fantastic partners that are, connect with the same, some of the same values and ideals and approaches. Like build those B2B connections with each other. Like that's probably the thing I'm most excited about with this platform, is opening that up, because as it's really difficult to find an inbound operator in Namibia that is going to understand, your approach and what you're trying to accomplish or what your travelers are seeking in their experience.
Yeah. Amazing. All right. Well, thank you for that and all your comments. And as you're encountering things and have questions, obviously the feedback form is there if you're just kind of letting us know what you think. If you need support on a technical level, that will be handled through the YouLi support team, and then we'll direct you from there based on what you need. So, but keep an eye out for an announcement when you will be able to log in. Thank you to everybody who's already signed up and has gone through the process of getting their business profile launched ahead of time. They look beautiful. Thank you for being amazing so that I can put beautiful profiles up on the site. And yeah, I really, really look forward to getting this live and seeing what connections you make.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you in Slovenia.
See you there.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.